Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode of Avernum. In this episode, we're gonna explore the city of Silvar and talk to the mayor, see what needs to be done, and get started on doing it. Before we get to that, though, I was taking a look at some of the stats on our main tank Aldous here. We have 56% armor, and then on our other melee character, we only have 37, which is pretty equivalent to what everyone else has. So I thought I'm gonna move some of these defensive items over to give her a little bit better melee defenses for now, just because I mean she's in the melee just as much as he is, so and she doesn't have a shield for that extra armor that he gets. That puts him at 53 and her up to 41, so it's a little better balance. Let's see what's around. Living statue. You look closer at the statue. It's cleaner than the others, and much nicer piece of craftsmanship to boot. Then it winks at you. Hey, you're a living statue. What are you doing here? I just stand here, watch, listen, starts humming gently, unconcerned about your presence. Was some sort of golem, I guess. Cool. I seem to recall those. Hall of Training. Ignorance cured for a reasonable fee. Got here some young warriors and a named character. You see a big scarred man. The reddish lines on his face stand out starkly against his fishy white skin. He's watching two young Avernite warriors strike practice dummies with cave-wood swords. He turns to you when you approach. You have the look of a warrior about you. I'm Eric, but they call me Three Scars. I can train you if you have the coin. If you don't mind me asking, how'd you get those scars? The first, I encountered some bandits while wandering the areas around Silvar. Be wary if you travel to the north. Bandits set traps for those such as you. Not to worry, we took care of those bandits. And the second? One of the spears of the Slith Zerakai. There are many of them in the eastern gallery, not far west from here. Don't go west unless you're ready for a fight. Good to know. And the third? Nosy, aren't you? I am the third fighting an Empire soldier that was stealing from my village. I didn't kill him. If I had, I'd be dead. Instead, they sent me down here. What do you do here? I train people. Then, when they go out into the caves, they end up torn up like me. How do I train? Come on in here and I'll work you over in our battle pit. You'll be in much better shape after a few rounds with me. What sort of things can you teach me? Well, I can make you faster on your feet. Down in Avernum, the slow are the dead. Interested? So with enough money, you can improve your skills in training halls. You can only improve each skill that way twice. Yeah, why not? What can he? He can teach quick action and gymnastics. Oh, I figured this would have been like battle disciplines, but I guess you get those automatically. Um, I guess this is actually in reference to like these skills. And he was offering quick action and battle discipline. Was it called? Was that what it was called? I forget now. What was it? Um, let's see. Quick action and gymnastics. 2% chance to evade, and a 10% chance to start with a bonus action point. Well, ideally, I'd want everyone to learn both of these, right? But they're quite expensive. I will probably come back here to do some of that later, because getting everyone 2 extra points in both of these would be pretty good, but definitely do not have the coin for that just yet. What about here? What do we have? Is there a sign out front? Avernum. This building contains a small, crude smithy, mainly suitable for small work and minor repairs. Several windows in the east wall help keep the acrid smoke to escape. You notice a large polished blade hanging on the west wall. A small man works at the stone counters, helping to keep the battered weaponry of Avernum in good repair. He says, "Greetings, I'm Ephraim. Are you in charge of this smithy?" "Yes. You can buy or sell weapons here. Don't have much of a stock out here. It's hard to get good metal. We do our best." "Can I buy a weapon?" What does he have for us to buy? Take a look here. How's this bronze spear compare? It's just worse. Okay. Um, and we have that broadsword here and a way better bow. So, yeah, she doesn't have any weapons we can make use of. But we didn't have anything of value to sell to him, anyways. Okay. What about this one? This one said the Anastasia's armor. There's a chest here with some stuff we could steal, but behind the counter, there's a middle-aged woman wearing a thick leather jerkin. A pair of suits of armor are displayed behind her. On the surface, they'd be thrown into the trash. Down here, they're almost priceless. She nods to you. "A customer? Then welcome to you. I am Anastasia, and this is my shop. We buy and sell here." "What do you sell in this shop?" "I sell armor. You can buy some here if you have the coins, or you can sell some if you don't." I like this. "Do you think that I need armor?" "You'll need it if you plan to travel around down here. Don't count on getting any iron or steel armor, though. Damned expensive. Hard to make down here. Leather's cheap, though. Bronze is okay. Magic? Forget it. Ephraim makes all the armor we sell here." "Do you have magic items down here?" "We've heard a little bit about these when we were in Fort Avernum, I believe, but a few. The mages down here, such as they are, have a really tough time making magic armor. Potions and scrolls, sure, but armor? Almost never." "We just met him, but who's Ephraim?" "My husband. He makes weapons in the smithy next door. Ask him about Demon Slayer," she chuckles. I will go back and ask him about that. Have another question. Let's see what she has. Chainmail, we are wearing on both already. We could probably buy a chainmail vest here, because that gets... Oh, wait, hold on. It's actually, I mean, it's slightly better. 6% armor is actually pretty good, I suppose, but it does give them that negative hit chance, which we don't really want. Thick leather gloves are 3%. There'd be an extra percent for Cordelia. Doesn't look like she has anything else. I might pick up these thick leather gloves for her, and I won't worry about anything else. They are very slightly better, but... And we're still underweight, so I don't have to put the robes on yet. Oh, we can go... Perhaps we can ask Ephraim here about, Yeah, your wife told me that I should ask you about Demon Slayer. He grins widely and points at the sword on the west wall. That is Demon Slayer. It is an impressive iron greatsword. Well, I haven't really slain any demons with it. It's the best sword in these parts, but it's not the genuine article. What do you mean? Where's the real sword? Well, I don't know too much about it, but once a bunch of adventurers and soldiers came down here from the Empire. They were called the First Expedition. The First Expedition? Aye, they got killed off to a man and woman, and one of them, someone told me once, had this amazing demon-slaying sword. That was a while ago. Asked me if this was Demon Slayer. I told him it was. He got real angry, called me a liar, and I suppose I was. He thinks. Of course, then again, he may have just been jealous of my sword. Guys are like that. Fair enough. I'm curious. Not that I will, but I wonder if it's possible to steal it. I would imagine not, but... yeah, it doesn't look like it. What we got here? Not strong enough to turn the wheel. Oh, it's probably for the gates. That would make sense, huh? Sign says rations and supplies. Carol. The strangely familiar smell of baking fills the air in here. It smells like bread, and yet it's off somehow. There's a pale woman working behind the counter. She has the jitters. She says, "I'm Carol. We have bread for sale, if you want it." "What do you make here?" "Well, you can buy bread and other food. And I have some cows." "How do you like raising cows?" "Well, I try to take care of the poor dears. I'd love to sell you some milk," she chuckles. No apparent reason, but whenever I'm out with them, I hear noises. Noises, you say? "Yes, up behind my shop. Clunking and stuff. Makes me nervous. That much is obvious." I'll have to go check that out. By the way, how did you get cows down here?" "Sometimes the Empire is merciful and sends a few cows through the portal at Fort Avernum. Most of them die down here. A few have adapted, though. They're pale and sickly, but they survive on fungus. They're a good source of milk and meat. I suppose you have to make do with what you can." "True enough. Most of the time, though, we just eat giant lizards. Even though the fungus the cows eat makes their milk and meat disgusting, they're still a luxury compared to the lizard meat." "You bake bread in Avernum?" "Yes, but with mushroom flour. It doesn't work. Not really. I mean, it's food, but oh, how I miss the surface. Well, I mean, mushroom flour wouldn't have any gluten development. Wouldn't make for very good bread, I would imagine. But let's see. Yeah, just bread." Well, suppose I could head out here. There's a button here. Ah. You see shapes ahead, lurking in the ever-present shadows. You try to back away unnoticed, but they smell you. They're goblin spies. The goblins were a common pest on the surface until the Empire started to wipe them out. Most of them were killed, but a large number of them were dumped into Avernum. Once here, they bred like mad. Now they're your problem. Fair enough. 2 goblin warriors and a goblin shaman. That's no joke of a fight, actually. I'm gonna move him up and cast Shield Chance. And then we'll start whacking away. Oh, nice. Suppose it was a lot easier than I was expecting, huh? A lot easier than I was expecting. And there's a body back here. It's not bad. The rest of this not useful. I imagine the spear... yeah, we were just looking at that. It's way worse. Hostile effect resistance. Might as well put that on all this since we have the armor one here. And these two we don't expect to need that quite as much. Alright. Looks like some docks over here as well. Sign says City Hall. That'll be where the mayor is, obviously. We'll wait to talk to him last after we do our full exploration. There's a cave-word board at the south end of this path, hanging from 2 posts. Several sheets of papyrus have been tacked to it. This must be a job board where people in need of assistance can post job appeals for help. Awesome. Quest board. Get some extra XP from this, I'm sure. Picks and shovels. Oh. Ephraim the Smith. 3 picks and 3 shovels. Okay, I'll have to keep my eye out for picks and shovels then. Whoever reads this, I have learned that there may be scrolls in the Bandit Keep northwest of Fort Dovno. Such papers contain magical knowledge, something very rare in the underworld. If these papers exist and are brought to me, I will reward my helper with powerful paperwork of my own devising. Signed, Volner of Dovno. Okay, we'll have to go check that out then. We've already been there. Perhaps we should have stopped here first then. Bat swarms. I've been losing carts of rations and ale to swarms of bats. They come from somewhere northeast of Fort Dovno. I'm sick of it. I'll pay a bounty in coin and steel to the first adventurer who can track these pests to their lair and slay 10 of them. The innkeep in Silvar. Okay. I think that was the cave that we spotted a couple episodes ago. So, when we were going to the Nephilim fort, or maybe that was last episode. I am Jay, a warrior fresh from the service. I wish to fight under Captain Johnson of Fort Dovno, but he refuses to speak with me. If any can speak to him on my behalf, I would be grateful. I can be found in the inn in Silvar. Please tell him that he can find me here. Okay, we can go talk to Johnson. That shouldn't take too long. A couple easy little side quests. Prance's Boat Works. I wonder if we can get a boat here. Meet a burly man who's wearing a belt covered with tools. His skin is incredibly pale, almost translucent. His workshop is well equipped to work the strange fungal wood that grows down here. Some of it has been worked into a small boat, which is almost complete. The man notices you looking at it. I'm Krantz, and that is a boat. I build them. What do you build here? I mean, he just said, but a lot of things, but mainly boats. There's a big call for him in these caves. You can get one for not much gold. He shakes his head. Hope you do. This list have been hell for my business. Anyway, if you want to purchase one, say so. They're on sale. 350 gold. I am sure that a boat will be useful, and that's not too bad. But we'll ask where the sliths live. There's droves of them to the west on the other side of that huge lake, and they pretty much own it. People don't fish there anymore. Too risky, of course. People also need boats to get to the Great Cave to the south. We didn't have sliths on the surface. No, the Slitherikai, as far as I know, only live down here. Not all of them are evil. I heard there's a settlement of them in the Great Cave that get along with humans. Most of them, though, crave our flesh. That's interesting, a settlement of Slith. I know we didn't have the option in this game, but from my quick viewing of future games in this series, which I also hope to do playthroughs of, I believe you can have Nephilim and Slith party members, actually. They can swim for a long time underwater. We, on the other hand, need boats like mine to get around. Yeah, I will absolutely buy a boat. You pay him. Excellent. Help yourself to one of the boats at the docks outside. He points to the east. Before I go there, let's scavenge your house and see if we could perhaps... Well, I think we're out of sight. Anything worth stealing? The ring? No one saw. Just a little yoink there. We did just give him 300 gold for a boat, so... Let's see if he'll walk out of sight. He did. Maybe a little scummy to be stealing from these people. They're pretty poor. It's not like they have that much anyways, but... Okay, well, let's go grab one of these boats then. Check back behind his hut first. Saw, board... Actually, I seem to recall needing boards for something. A quest or something like that. Doesn't look like anything. Well, let's go ahead and grab one of these boats then. Oh. Oh. Okay. That's kind of cool. Oh. We can just leave it there and then it'll stay there, I guess? Okay. But we'll have to explore some of this water stuff in a moment. Perhaps after we're done around here. Grubber's weapons out of business. It's a good thing we have all this lockpicking skill, and there's a button here. Nothing in here, but perhaps something in the back? This concealed passage hasn't been visited in a long time. A thick layer of dust covers everything. Odd. Part of the floor just ahead is raised slightly. And we are able to disarm it. A fiery wand and 27. I'll give that other fiery wand to her, just so we have double. I could probably give it to someone else, but I'll just have her hold on to it, since that's the kind of stuff she'll be doing anyways. I'll just help save on spell points when I need her to cast spells, you know? Sign says, adventurers greatly needed. Inquire at the castle. This looks like some sort of inn. Can probably meet quite a few people here. Jay, we heard about him on the quest board here, who wants to join the guard at Dovno. This is a young, well-built man, sitting and drinking ale. He is weighed down with 2 heavy leather bags and a broadsword. He motions for you to join him. I'm Jay. It was good to meet a fellow warrior down here, though now I'm just a pitiful refugee. You're a refugee? What are you fleeing from? Well, I tried to sign on as a warrior at Fort Dovno. That's some 20 miles to the north. I wasn't welcome, and the Nephilim started coming south, and I decided to move to more hospitable territory. The Nephilim? Are there many of them in Avernum? It's sounding more and more to me like we should have come to Silvar before we went to Fort Dovno, just based on how some of the dialogue sounds, but that's okay. Yeah, many. The kittens are starting trouble again. They're building some sort of fort at the north end of this huge cave. I took care of it. It's small now, but nobody's doing anything about it. Soon it'll be big. Then, watch out. You can go find a lot more about it at Fort Dovno. Go east of Fort Avernum, then north. Okay. Said he was a warrior, yes, and a refugee. Okay. Nothing special there, just giving us hints about a quest we already did. Chuck, you meet a man in battered armor. Seems to be drinking himself into a stupor. Are you a soldier? No, a mercenary. Are you fighting anyone right now? Yeah, everyone. Fighting the catheads, then the slits, then the catheads, then the slits. Hell, I've been beat up by everybody. I'm on vacation now. Go away. Fair enough. We speak to Gary here behind the counter. The barkeep busily polishes the counter. He is tall and sports a very ambitious beard. He greets you when you walk up to the bar. I'm Gary, he says, and this is my inn. You have the look of a new arrival about you. You can buy a round of mushroom ale if you like. I just don't want to hear any complaining. Any jobs that adventurers could do? As a matter of fact, yes. I am very interested in finding a natural hot spring. If so, I could profitably expand my innkeeping operation. If you find a nice spring, let me know. I'll pay you well. Where would I find such a thing? And if I knew, I wouldn't have offered you money to find it. Now would I? But I'd look to in the Eastern Gallery. There must be something like that nearby. Now, I wonder if we have to go back there, because if you remember, somewhere around up here in this area, between the Goblin Cave and the Bandit Fort, when we were traveling between there, I think we found a hot springs. Perhaps we have to go back up there and find it again. This just appears to be a room. Yeah, okay. There's a little bit of a corner up here. Some trap doors in either corner. You can see that up here as well. Yeah. Well, let's go talk to the mayor then. There's a small, peculiar park in the middle of this town. Several of the Avernum trees, half wood, half fungus, surround a small pond. There are neither lily pads nor ducks. There is, however, a lot of lichen, and tiny lizards frolic about. Strange. You hear someone humming nearby, but the sound doesn't seem to be coming from any of the townsfolk. Must have been something to trigger us to talk to the living statue over here. here is the mayor. A young man in nice, well-cut robes shuffles papers behind a desk. A fine cloth sash, only somewhat threadbare, crosses his chest. A gold amulet hangs from around his neck. He seems pleased to see you. The new arrival, I see. Glad that you made it to see me. I'm Jonathan, Mayor of Silvar, one of the 6 proud cities of Avernum. I'd very much like to speak with you. You knew that I was coming? Oh yes, when someone with promise to the defense of Avernum comes down through the portal, word gets sent ahead immediately. I was also told to apprehend a brigand named Lagrin, though he has thus far escaped our grasp. I'm here, make this quick. Nah, I'll be nicer to him. I'd be happy to speak with you. Your courtesy does you credit. This is a harsh land, but not entirely uncivilized. I simply wanted to ask, you are here. It is done. It cannot be undone. What are your plans from here? I want to escape this prison. A common sentiment. Alas, it is impossible. We are too far underground, and the Empire has done too good a job closing off the bolt holes. Still, if you are determined, you are welcome to try. Before you go, however, I can provide you with some employment, a way perhaps to use your skills. I'm interested. I'm glad to hear it. Have a seat. We can discuss our humble settlement and what I'm trying to do to improve it. What do you do here? I'm the mayor of this fine city and a member of the Avernum Council. Keeps me busy. My farm has been sadly neglected during my tenure. What's the Avernum Council? Well, Avernum has 6 large cities, and this is one of them. The mayors of each form a council which co-rules with King Micah. It works very well, actually, and I'm proud to be a member. Does the Empire know that we have a government down here? The Empire may control everyone and everything on the surface, but it knows precious little about what happens down here. We have our own laws, our own customs, and our own history. I have another question. You notice that as he reads, he nervously fingers the sash around his chest and the gold necklace around his throat. I'd like to know about what you're wearing. Are you referring to my sash and my amulet? They're symbols of my power as mayor and councillor. What can the amulet do? It can be used to send messages from the castle, the capital of all Avernum. It is the great cave, alas. It is in the great cave. Alas, the power does not extend to me sending messages back. What can the sash do? Hang from my shoulder and require laundering. Its only power is as a symbol, and yet symbols can be very effective. Tell me more about the job you had for me. Silvar is digging out a sewer. The excavation is taking place under our feet. Alas, this work has stalled as the tunnels below us have been infested with worms, big ones. If you can go below and find how the creatures are entering the tunnels under my city, I will present you with both a reward and some valuable advice. Why are you building a sewer? For exactly the same reasons anyone anywhere ever builds a sewer. And in these caves, as it is much harder for waste to rot away, it is an urgent issue. Otherwise, things get very disgusting. How can I enter the sewers? There are 2 entries. In the northwest and northeast corners of the city, the northwest entrance will take you closer to the infestation. Can't you give me the reward and advice now? No, I don't need to ask that. Suppose I'll just click it to get through. First, let me see a demonstration of your skills. That will tell me much about how Avernum can best make use of you. Okay. Well, you said that the west would take us closer, so let's go to the east then. There we are. A hat. She is not wearing one. It does, however, weigh 4 pounds, which will put her over. We can swap her to the fine robes. That is fine. Save on her encumbrance, get a little extra armor. Less evasion, but better armor. She doesn't have very good evasion to begin with, so I'd rather just stack the percent armor instead of a little bit of evasion. You enter the tunnels under Silvar. Workers have been toiling to burrow towards the water to the south, providing a much-needed channel for the waste and trash of the people to escape. None of the workers are visible, though. The tunnels have been abandoned. They are eerily quiet. You notice a small pool of green, viscous slime on the floor. It is unpleasantly fresh. Ah, a pick. We need 3 of them. We'll put these on Aldous. Just some rats. Don't expect this to be that difficult. And clean that up nice and fast. No problem. What do we have here? The sign says, Travel Pylon. Do not use without receiving instruction at the Tower of Magi, where lethal discorporation may result. Fast travel. That could be very useful. The Tower of Magi is not too far away either. That might be something to look into. And find some bandages, a scroll of radiate ice, a health potion, some dried meat, and a bandage. A couple random healing items. I guess we can use them to save on spell points. This stone worker doesn't respond when you approach. Mages tend to create these constructs to do heavy lifting for them. Once the animating wizard departs, the mindless creation is left to crumble silently away. Some kind-hearted people feel that this conduct is cruel mistreatment of these creatures/objects. Agitating too loudly about this in the Empire is one good way to earn a free trip to Avernum. Okay, so this is something that was done on the surface as well, was these golems to do manual labor. Looks like some medicinal herbs down here. Chemical equipment, we already have a spare one, so that we can put in our junk to sell. Lamp. Scroll of group heal, that could be quite useful. I have one on her. I can put the other one here. Let's swap those out and just put the extra radiate ice on her. And some leather bracers. Alright. So perhaps some teleportation that we can do in the future for fast travel. That seems like it could be quite useful. I saw a little bit of red there from more rats, so... Ooh, a frothing rat. It's green. I think I might remember these. Well, let's actually... Oh, whoops, I accidentally skipped the turn. That's not what I meant to do. Well, that wasn't good either. Ooh. War Curse. Lower chance to hit and lower damage. I have 1 action point left, and then I'll use Smite. Ooh, he has quite a lot of hit points as well. We can just get in range to hit him. We'll use a well-aimed blow here. Get a little more damage off if we can. Did have enough to get in range. That's nice. Crit. That's okay. We got quite a lot of armor on these two, so physical attacks aren't a big worry. And dropped a fine cloak. Ooh, a scroll of return life. Now that will be an important thing to have. Okay, we can give the fine cloak over to Mycroft. And what else can we pick up around here? Crude spear. Crude dagger. It's a little nest here. Another curing potion. We have 2 here. I'll just put them all on him for now. More healing herbs, that's always nice. Remember to keep throwing down quick saves. Okay, looks like we're gonna have to go from the other side then. Now, because of digging here, I was hoping I can find a lot of picks and shovels here. I think that would make sense. There's quite a few cave worms. We're able to get in range of them, but... Oh! I guess it queued up the trying to end the actions. That was a little strange, but alright. Ooh, a lot of damage we're putting out. I'm liking this current party setup. In previous playthroughs, when I played this game a few years ago, and when I was doing some testing before starting this, I was looking through different options of what I could potentially play, and I was thinking about doing like a double caster, having one purely magic, and then one a mix of both mage and priest, and then doing 2 physical fighters, but I felt like the hybrid tank healer buffer and then 2 physical DPS. And I'd never really played with a bow character as like a primary build before, so it seems to be working out quite well though. Nothing up there. Let's just throw out a shield chant. Get ready for a fight. Nice. Yeah, based on how tough these enemies are, I have a feeling we were intended to come here first, but very nice. Okay. Oh. Oh. 63 points. Wow. Not bad at all. Ah, a pick and a shovel. So... a hat. I'll take the lanterns. I think there are going to be areas where it's much darker, if I remember correctly, so probably good to grab those. Okay. Well, we still need some more picks and shovels, but we're going to head up to those ruins. I remember seeing, I think, other picks or shovels there as well, so if we don't find them all here. Gate. Ooh. Got a nice cleave there. small spiny crawler. Ooh. That is quite the sound effect. Nice and easy. Throw it on a quick save, and let's heal up a little bit, why don't we? Use some food. I feel like the usefulness of food is going to go quite down as time goes on, since it just heals a flat amount. 5 to 9, so might as well use it up while it's still semi-effective, save our spell points. Probably not necessary, but may as well. And, oh, I was going to say, I think that over there is another shovel or a pick, perhaps, but... Ooh. Want to get him in range to see, but he missed anyways, that's good. It looked like there might have been another pick over here. Oh, it's a fishing pole. Not quite what I was looking for. Oh, that looks to be a Nephilim. Not one immediately hostile either. A lithe humanoid figure steps out of the shadows. He moves to the center of the crude magical circle he etched into the floor. You realize that he is a Nephil, and judging from the many tokens, trinkets, and bits of bone he is wearing, he is a shaman. Rar, he purrs. The humans send a warrior to challenge me? Well, you have found Droknar of the Spirit Tail clan. You have found your death. Rar. Actually, I was just trying to find out where all these worms come from. Droknar favors you with a fanged grin. His tail twitches gleefully from side to side. You have found the source. They are called with my magic, and filled with furious lust for human blood. Soon I will create a swarm of worms. They will emerge and drive the humans from this place, and the Spirit Tail will claim a great victory. Swarm? Isn't the technical term for a group of worms a bed? You can breed worms? I do not want to have to kill you. Yeah, I do not want to have to kill you. Leave this place or die. Droknar shakes his head. Retreat? Flee? Submit to humans? Never. You will feed my swarm, and they will grow strong. Grah. Droknar begins to hum a low chant. You hear the hissing of worms coming behind you. This shaman must have the power to call them. That's one mystery solved. Well, before combat starts, let's throw up a protection and get to bashing this guy's head in. Still don't have any battle disciplines for him. I guess I haven't got his thing high enough. What's it? Oh, it's only at level 1, that'd be why. Next level, I should put a point into his melee skill, just so I can get Flawless Blow for him. We got a nice ensnare there. Let's see if I can daze him. That would be nice. We got poison off. Okay. And he summoned a zombie. Seem to be doing okay. Let's just swing. Not too bad. And we'll use a bolt of fire. Ooh, not quite. Droknar stares down at his wounds with disbelief. Then he lets out a long howl. Come, Rar! Come, my foul children! Come and aid your protector and feed! And he threw out War Chant. That sounds quite annoying. They didn't go exactly where I wanted them to, unfortunately. Well, I suppose I could have swapped to her melee. Ooh. Sees a well-aimed blow. Good. She's done. That lets us take a step here. And let's shoot one of the ones that are over here, actually. Help her a bit. Oh, so close. And there is a lot of them. Alright. And I'll have her use Call Beast, a cave slime, with War Chant because of the upgrade. Alright. Let's move up and heal her. No problem. Was hoping for a cleave off of that, but that's okay. Ooh. Good, he finished it off. Nice. Well, let's go see what's around this altar. Oh, there's actually even more coming. Let's just go double check, yeah, make sure there's not one more. Are we good now? Okay, it looks like we're good now. Let's throw down a save and check to see what's around here. Slime-stained tunic. Only 6% armor, but plus 10% to blessing and curses you cause. And it only weighs 2. Now, that is less armor, but she doesn't get hit very often to begin with, and we have the bronze shield on her. I think that 10% for, like, the bonus on her days? I'm not sure exactly what plus 10% means in this case. I imagine it would be chance to work. And she'll eventually have blessings, I think, or blessings may only be... has cloaks. Okay, she'll only have access to curses, but I mean, why not? Might as well. Chemical equipment, mortar and pestle. Well, I suppose we already have one of those. Candles. Alright, and looks like there's a few more things around here. A chest. Rusty helmet. Now, are you already wearing that? You're just wearing a leather helmet. Does this give a... it does give a negative chance to hit. And it's not... it's 2% more armor. We'll hold on to it for now, but it's too heavy for him to use without being encumbered anyways. We could swap out the sandals, but, I mean, that would be losing 2% to gain 2% and the mischance, so... I'd rather just not bother with it. I'll hold on to it, I suppose, but... Some fish. And it looks like a wheel. It opened up the gate. Well, alright. Well, we still need one pick, and we need one shovel. But that takes care of the sewer problem. And now we're hurt, but I believe if we just step outside and step back in, we're healed, yeah. Let's go talk to the mayor. Mayor Jonathan sits calmly behind his desk, inspecting several letters and reports. They are written on crude papyrus, probably the closest thing to paper they can get down here. You notice that, as he reads, he nervously fingers the sash around his chest. Yeah. Your worm infestation was caused by a Nephil named Drokar. He is dead. How very interesting. Our feline foes are becoming more ingenious in finding ways to assault us. And as promised, here is your reward. He removes a silver ring from his hand and presents it to you. It is enchanted. Also, as promised, I have advice. You said you have advice to give me. 2 pieces. First, you should know that there is an enchanted pylon in the tunnels below us. Second, if you wish a true use for your skills, you should travel to the castle, far to the southwest in the Great Cave. To enter that fortress, however, you will need a crown token. Tell me about the pylon. Certain trusted individuals are given the ability to use the magic of these pylons to travel quickly through Avernum. You can learn more about them in the Tower of the Magi to the south. Our pylon is in the tunnel network below, in the northeast corner. Tell me about the castle. King Micah wisely rules Avernum from there. If you truly wish to do good fighting for your newfound homeland, that is where you should go. How do I get a crown token? You find a mayor who has one to present, and you earn it. It is how you prove you can be trusted to spend time with our king. Alas, I do not have one to give, but the mayor of Fremello to the north does. And you should go north and speak with her. If the rumors I have heard are true, she has a task that may be worth your effort. That is all for now. Thanks. Okay. Well, we have some new direction. We gotta go all the way up to Fremello. Ooh, the hot springs he was talking about are far up to the north here, not the one, whatever we found here, I guess. Well, we'll be heading to Fremello, and I assume Fort Draco, because we heard about a smith there, and I'm sure we'll get quests in the area that will bring us there. And we'll have to check out the hot springs up here as well. Let's take a look at that ring he gave us. 10 cold resistance. Let's see. Cold is 35, 23, 20, 16. So, that solves that. Let's go ahead and put cold res onto Cordelia. Maybe if something uses a cold spell, she won't immediately die from it. As for all these bounty board quests and the rest of that, and heading up to Fremello, that'll have to wait for the next episode. Suppose we'll head up and talk to the people we need to talk to, maybe check out the fort for that knowledge, and maybe check out those bat swarms as well. If you enjoyed the video, go ahead and leave a like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next episode.